Okay, so let me share my screen also once again. Okay, so uh, so basically what we are going to discuss today. First of all, we'll discuss about the current market structure. So when you talk about current market structure, so initially we were only discussing, and we were creating different straddles as well as different strangle on intraday level. So because as per my knowledge, since we cater a lot of users, so we know what exactly users were expecting. So users were expecting mostly intraday strategy, because they were fearing on using any other directional strategies or positional strategies or overnight strategy. So most of the users, majority of the users, they were interested in intraday straddles and intraday strangles. Okay, so because that was giving most comfort to the to most of the users. Okay, so and as for the return perspective, if you will see, so return perspective also, users were happy with the type of intraday strategies part. Okay, so far so good, it was working fine. 2023 onwards what we are seeing, मतलब 2023 से काफी कुछ चेंजेस हो गए हैं मार्केट में. तो मार्केट में जो स्ट्रगल स्ट्रंगल इंट्राडे लेवल पे कोई भी स्टॉप लॉस, एनी स्टॉप लॉस और एनी टाइम you will just sort and try to be in the game till the end of the day. एंड ऑफ द डे तक आप खड़े भी रहोगे तो आपको आराम आराम से प्रॉफिट मिल जाता था. ये सारा चीज आजकल होता नहीं है. आजकल मार्केट स्ट्रक्चर इस टाइप का हो गया है. एक तो द विक्स is nearly 10 now. Okay, along with the VIX, the premiums what we used to have in Nifty and Bank Nifty, in Bank Nifty still certain level of premiums available. In Nifty the premiums are very less, very less. If I'll explain you in a broader term, जब निफ्टी 15,000 पे था, जब निफ्टी 15,000 पे था, 0.5% used to be 75 point. Okay, 0.5% of the Nifty used to be 75 points. So when Nifty moves 0.5%, at that time whatever the premium used to be there, okay, अभी निफ्टी का साइज हो गया है 20,000, एंड 20,000 पे जब 0.5% मूव करता है, दैट इज 100 पॉइंट्स. मतलब मूवमेंट के हिसाब से अगर आप देखोगे, एज पर द इंडेक्स मूवमेंट, इफ यू विल सी, with 0.5% movement earlier, Nifty used to move 75 point and premiums were more. Now the index move 0.5% resembles to 100 point, and we are seeing amount of premium decreased. So that's where the problem arises. That's where the problem arises, क्योंकि मूवमेंट काफी बढ़ते जा रहे हैं पर प्रीमियम अवेलेबिलिटी काफी कम होते जा रहा है. When this kind of thing happens, that creates problem for option sellers. इस तरीके से जब सिचुएशन हो जाता है कि मूवमेंट बराबर, बड़े बड़े मूवमेंट्स ऊपर नीचे आ रहे हैं, पर उसको काउंटर करने के लिए हमारे पास जो प्रीमियम होना चाहिए, वो प्रीमियम हमारे पास काफी कम अवेलेबल है. तो ये केस में you do intraday straddle, you do intraday strangle, you do 920 925 time wise diversification, you do stop loss wise diversification, 30%, 40%, 50%. ये जो भी आप डाइवर्सिफिकेशन करोगे, इन दैट डाइवर्सिफिकेशन कोई एक टाइप का स्ट्रेटेजी एक दो हफ्ते के लिए चल जाएगा, अगेन इट विल फेल. अगेन अदर टाइप ऑफ डाइवर्सिफिकेशन, 920 की जगह आप 925 अच्छा चल रहा था, 930 अच्छा चल रहा था, 940 अच्छा चल रहा था. ऐसे कर करके आप कितना भी कुछ कर लो, अगर प्रीमियम उतना ज्यादा है ही नहीं टू काउंटर द वोलेटिलिटी, whatever may be your time based or stop loss adjustment based diversification, that is not going to work. आज अगर 30% स्टॉप लॉस आपका काम कर रहा है, कल 40% काम करेगा, परसों 50% काम करेगा, फिर 20% में जल्दी निकलना था, नहीं लेट तक रुकना था. सो व्हाट आई बेसिकली मीन टू से, डाइवर्सिफिकेशन के नाम पे इफ यू आर डूइंग ओनली द स्टॉप लॉस परसेंटेज डाइवर्सिफिकेशन और एक दो इंडिकेटर चेंज कर दिया, few of the indicators will be changed and that you call as diversification, or little bit entry exit timing will be changed and that you call about diversification. H per me, that is not called as diversification. H per current market structure, because the market structure itself, it has been changed. And to do those diversification or to do those kind of different kind of strategy, what is the instrument we have, what is the input we have? We have the only input is just create that strategy, backtest it for a couple of years data, backtest the strategy with couple of years data to confirm the strategy is working fine, and then start deploying live. That is not the correct way, because मैंने जैसे बताया ना, 2 years पहले या 1 year पहले 15,000 16,000 लेवल पे था निफ्टी, 30,000 लेवल पे था बैंक निफ्टी, 0.5% मूवमेंट होता था 75 पॉइंट और 150 पॉइंट्स फॉर बैंक निफ्टी। उस टाइम पे इवन प्रीमियम भी ज्यादा हुआ करता था, एडजस्टमेंट काफी सस्टेन कर जाते थे। अभी बिना प्रीमियम के, बिना मतलब थोड़े से प्रीमियम में whatever kind of adjustment you will do, that will fail. Then what to do? Is it the end of the algo trading? Algo trading में क्या पैसा बनेगा ही नहीं? नहीं. There are two lookouts. There are 2 points what I am trying to highlight here. Algo trading can still sustain. Algo trading can still sustain, but you have to do pure diversification. What do you mean by pure diversification? Pure diversification in the sense, type of the strategy has to be changed. Okay, if you do the same as my first point when I started this session was 80 to 90% people were interested in intraday straddle and strangles. Okay, so when, as per my explanation or as per my analysis, when market clearly denied to give money or to give adequate amount of profit to intraday straddle and strangle, if you keep fighting on that note only, no, I want money, as like earlier, I want money from intraday straddle and strangle, so that is not going to happen. If you do the same thing and expect different result, that is never going to happen. You have to do something different. You have to do something different. So what are the different thing we can do? We will cover building diversified portfolio. That is our third point. So what exactly the difference we are about to do? Because see, if you see, my last session happened few months back. Okay, my last session happened few months back, and it has been couple of months. It took a lot of time for me to understand. So as like you, I am also an individual, and it took a good amount of time to me to understand what is wrong with my strategies. Okay, so I'll do different time based adjustment, I'll do VIX based adjustment, I'll do this kind of movement based adjustment. So those adjustments intraday level, it is not working at all, because definitely, so earlier my assumption while creating the strategy before 2023, earlier when I used to create the strategy, at that time my assumption was this kind of volatility और दिस काइंड ऑफ स्पाइक इन प्रीमियम में जो गंदे गंदे स्पाइक्स, बड़े बड़े स्पाइक्स दोनों तरफ से आ रहे हैं, पुट का भी बढ़ रहा है, कॉल का भी बढ़ रहा है, तो इस टाइप के स्पाइक्स 20 वर्किंग डेज में से महीने में 5-6 दिन आएंगे, रेस्ट 15 to 16 days it will be smooth, and that will be our day. That will be our day. That was the assumption where most of our strategies has been designed before 2023. Now, if you'll see, 15 days, it is just doing the opposite. 15 दिन, definitely some very weird behavior होगा ऑप्शन प्रीमियम्स का, काफी सारे एडजस्टमेंट हो जाएंगे, स्पाइक्स पक्का ही आता है। 4-5 दिन गलती से just to keep the option sellers alive. So for 4-5 days, it is trading in the range. It is giving full premium erosion like Friday. So all these things are not happening very commonly today. So अगर मैं इसी एजम्पशन के ऊपर स्ट्रेटेजी बनाया था कि 15 दिन तो मुझे आराम से मिलेगा ही, बाकी 4-5 दिन अगर मुझे लॉस देना पड़ रहा है, then I'll give that loss. So that assumption itself fails, means on that assumption, whatever the strategy I'll create, that strategy will be failed. Okay, so what to do right now? Let's come to the topic. Okay, so before showing this market star strategical classification, okay, so instead of doing stop loss based adjustment, instead of doing entry timing, exit timing based adjustment, instead of doing this means day specific, Monday ko itna rakhunga, Tuesday will be like that, the Wednesday will be like that. See, this cycle also changes. So nothing is, means the way the market is torturing right now, whatever this kind of simple adjustment you will do, that is not going to work in this type of market. Okay, you can try n number of way. So I release 4-5 strategies or 7-8 strategies for the public. Behind the scene we try a lot, and it is sometimes it feels very bad that भाई इतना कुछ कर दिया हूं फिर भी मार्केट क्यों नहीं दे रहा है. मार्केट इसलिए नहीं दे रहा है क्योंकि मार्केट चेंज हो गया है. So now you have to do something different out of the box. Okay, so what I understood, whatever the strategy you are using, just keep on using that strategy. Earlier you used to get 10%, 12%. Now you may get 2 to 3%. I'm not committing any ROI, just giving a realistic scenario. Earlier the same whichever strategy it was giving 10, 12%. Now it may give you 2, 3%. Use it, no problem. Don't use any kind of tuning, that tuning will fail. Okay, because let's assume intraday strategy straddle semi-directional. Second type of the strategy, intraday straddle semi-directional. In this intraday straddle semi-directional, what does it mean by semi-directional? You will be entering in pair, put and call both. Agar market niche jata hai, if the market will fall, the put price will rise. You will stick some 40% or 50% or whatever it may be the percentage as per your stop loss, that put stop loss will hit. Once the put stop loss will hit, you will ride that naked call to get profit. Nowadays, premiums are so low. If one side stop loss is hitting, another side is unable to compensate. And then if the reversal happens, then it is a gone case. If the reversal happens, you gave good amount of loss in put, you will give good amount of loss in call, you will never able to stand on that particular day, and that particular day is gone. So no matter you will use 30%, 60%, 40%, 50%, 916, 920, 930, 945, 10, 15, whatever the way you will use this intraday semi-direction strategy in the name of diversification, whatever you will do, you will not able to earn more than 2 to 3% in current market scenario in a month. Okay, so instead of wasting time in this straddle semi-directional, different type of intraday straddle semi-directional, just stick to one type of strategy. Any intraday semi-directional strategy will give you only 2 to 3%, whatever maybe you can use. Okay, so just create different type of the strategy. Okay, for example, and why this type of the strategy is needed, I'll tell you. So every strategy, usually we keep 1% around stop loss. Okay, so that is the minimum kind of stop loss is needed. Otherwise, if you reduce the stop loss even below 1%, then the strategy will be definitely hitting that 0.5% or 0.6%. If you'll fix that stop loss, the strategy stop loss will hit very easily nowadays, the way the premium is spiking. Okay, so semi-directional straddle, let's say I will keep 1% is my stop loss. Fair enough. Okay, but when the entire month we are waiting for 2 to 3% of the portfolio target, and within a day, if we are losing 1% or more than that, does it feel good? There is something called as technique, means mathematical analysis. You are okay with 2 to 3%. Okay, let it be 50-60% win rate. Everything is fine. All those are mathematical calculation. And then when you do live trading, you get within 10 days, you got 2%. And the 11th day, when the stop loss will hit, if it will hit 1% or 1.1% with slippage or 1.2%, and for 11 days, you have paid a good amount of cost to the government, GST, STT, everything. So what you will be left? You will feel like 11 days I traded and 10 days I made profit, and within 1 day everything is gone. So similar kind of statements are coming in my group also, in Market Star group, if you'll see. Okay. So this is not about, so that is the reason, instead of sticking into one type of the strategy, we should diversify our portfolio to different type of the strategy, so that we will make sure that whatever may be the case, our stop loss for the day or the maximum loss for the day will be limited. मैक्सिमम लॉस जो हमारा एक दिन में हो सकता है 1-1.5% का ना होके कुछ 0.5% के अंदर लिमिटेड रहे, या फिर 0.6 0.7%, तो क्या होगा कि ना हम किसी दिन ज्यादा प्रॉफिट कमा पाएंगे और ना ही किसी दिन हम ज्यादा लॉस दे पाएंगे. इट विल क्रिएट वन लॉजिकल पीसफुलनेस इन योर माइंड, and you will be sticking to the algo for longer period of time. Okay, so that is the reason I have tried to, instead of just mathematical diversification, I have created 6 type of diversification: intraday, straddle, non-directional. Non-directional means intraday level, that straddle will remain paired, वो pair कभी टूटेगा ही नहीं. Intraday straddle non-directional, intraday straddle semi-directional, जो कि ट्रेंडिंग मार्केट में वन साइड लेग जब जो एग्जिट हो जाता है, ओके, एग्जिट चाहे किसी भी तरीके से हो, some are so there are logics also. The intraday straddle semi-directional, that exit itself will not be constant. Sometimes it will be premium based, sometime it will be indicator based, sometime it will be some other way. Okay, so let's create 3-4 types of semi-directional intraday strategies. Let's create 2 to 3 types of intraday straddle non-directional. Let's create 1-2 type of intraday strangle non-directional, and let's create positional non-directional. It looks very complex. It sounds very complex. How many probabilities or how many combinations you will trade? How many probabilities and how many combinations you will trade? 10 to 20 combination in front of you, I have told. Okay, so does it mean like you have to use 10-15 strategies in your portfolio? The answer is no. Okay, though it is necessary to use 10-15 types of strategy in your portfolio, but practically when you have lot of difficulties in your algo platform, then if you will use more strategies, 10-15 strategies, execution issue probability also will be more. Tracking कौन सा strategy अच्छा कर रहा है, कौन सा strategy बुरा कर रहा है, tracking the performance of the strategy also will be difficult, and at the end of the day you will not able to stick to your portfolio. So even though it is needed, 10 to 15 strategy cannot be a workable solution. So what is the final solution what I have created? I have created this type of one market star strategy classification. I have created this kind of market star strategy classification, and to come into this point, it took quite a month's time, means couple of months time it was needed for me to understand the problem and to finalize a solution. So this is a simplified classification of market star current strategy offerings, where if you choose, I have created purely intraday, then intraday overnight mix, weekly positional, and capital reuse crude oil option selling strategies. Okay, so in these four classification, if you use one strategy from each classification, then also you will be able to cover most of the types of strategies what we have seen here. Okay, let's take an example. Okay, so from purely intraday strategy class, I will pick one strategy which is called as Bank Nifty Triple Power. I will create one separate video for Bank Nifty Triple Power. For the time being, I can say what is Bank Nifty Triple Power. So triple power means 3 kinds of straddles we are using in Bank Nifty Triple Power. One, and all these 3 kinds of straddles, they enter different time. So 3 types of timing diversification you are getting in Bank Nifty triple power. Then all those 3 straddles, out of those 3 straddles, 1 straddle is semi-directional, 1 straddle is semi-directional with same pair re-entry, and another straddle is completely non-directional or paired. That means 3 types of timing diversification, 3 types of logic diversification, and 2 types of semi-directional and non-directional. 2 types of other diversification you are getting in a single strategy, Bank Nifty triple power. Okay, let's talk about another class, index positional star. So in index positional star, Bank Nifty will be a semi-directional strategy. Nifty will be always paired strategy. Then this Nifty and Bank Nifty, both the index, they are intraday strategies, but it also uses the same capital for overnight purpose also. So in overnight part, it uses the same capital to sort 2 pairs of Bank Nifty, and those 2 pairs of Bank Nifty, again 258 one straddle enters and 310 another straddle enters. So what I mean to say, if you choose even 4 strategies from each of the class, in each of the strategy, the way we have designed right now, it is covering at least 4 or 5 types of classification, at least 4 or 5 types of strategy or criteria. And when you choose 4 strategies, at least you will be covering more than 10 types of combination, more than 10 types of the strategy you will be covering in 4 total strategies. So in your Tretron deployments, you will be seeing only 4 to 5 strategies, but within 4 to 5 strategy, you will be covering at least 10 to 15 types of diversification in terms of intraday, diversification in terms of positional, diversification in terms of time, diversification in terms of logic, diversification in terms of stop loss and target. So there are many things you are covering if you choose just one strategy from each of the class, as per your comfort. Just to make your job even further easy, so I have also tagged each of the class, whatever the strategies I have also made it priority basis. Means suppose one new user is coming and he is looking into purely intraday strategy, the first choice will be index premium meter without any doubt. Sir, whether I should use IP or BTP or BP or BMM, what to use? So directly he can go to the first choice, which is called as IP. Okay. So for question, just give me a after. So in the next 10 minutes, I'll be completing my session. Okay. So for question and answer, we'll continue the session with a different link. So when the session will end, I will within 10 minutes the session will end. So I will create one more link and share in my Telegram group. So whoever has the questions, they can join back and we will discuss. There is no time limit in today for question and answer. For making sure that the session is communicated properly, the recorded properly, we have made sure that within half an hour the session will be completed. But after the session, I'll create one more link for question and answer. For that, there is no time limit. You can ask question and we'll discuss one-to-one, no problem at all. Okay. So coming back to the topic again. Okay. So and this purely intraday strategies, they are conventional strategy, which I told in the beginning. 80 to 90% people were liking these intraday strategies only. Okay. Last year, we figured out not only the intraday strategy, if we reuse our capital in the overnight, then definitely it is getting more edge. So last year, the second class of the strategies has been created, that is intraday and overnight mix, which is successfully running IPS and Bank Nifty cocktail. Okay. So this year, what we figured out, so intraday volatilities are hitting straddles. Intraday volatility means the premium spikes are hitting the straddles, whereas if we keep our away, if means out of the money 300 400 points from the spot, if we'll keep our positions away, then there the premium spikes are not much impacting. Okay, so looking at that, in the month of April I have started Nifty positional weekly, and from this month we have added Bank Nifty positional weekly to our portfolio. So these two strategies are for OTM strangles with OTM hedges, and depending upon the market moves we adjust that. So from April to July means around 4 to 5 months I have used the live the strategies, and those strategies are also doing good. So this created another class, that is weekly positional strategy. Okay, the last class is capital reuse strategy. So whoever are not comfortable with positional strategy or overnight strategy, they have fear. So at least they can reuse their capital in crude option selling, where in last 2 months I am seeing very good volume and good opportunity there, because we are using monthly options in crude. So even though crude is trading with 3 to 4% range, still our strategies are making seasonable amount of money. Okay, so that is the fourth classification, that is called as capital reuse crude oil option selling strategies. For there also we have created two strategies, crude hybrid and crude premium meter. So in short, what I mean to say, from each of the class you will use one strategy, you will be covering a lot of type of the strategies. Okay, Nifty Bank Nifty index or type, or maybe across the Nifty Bank Nifty. Now commodity section also we have added. So you just need to make sure that whatever your capital, that capital is not sitting ideally, whether day or night, it is being used properly. Point number two, instead of, so I would say whatever the intraday strategies I have written here, no. So whatever the 3-4 types of diversified logic, so one logic will work on today, another logic will work on Tuesday, another logic will work maybe Friday. So and these days will change periodically. Okay, so all these intraday strategies have similar kind of return, similar kind of approach. So all these types are same. So instead of changing into only revolving within these 3-4 things, I would request users to consider different type of strategy. For example, along with the pure intraday, let's have one more strategy of intraday and overnight mix. Let's have another strategy, weekly positional. Means if intraday volatility will be there, weekly positional will stand. If bigger gap up gap down happens and weekly positional suffered, then in that case intraday the premiums will be definitely high and intraday strategies will cover up. If nothing worked, like July, nothing worked, and we have made a very good amount of money in case of our crude oil option selling. That is my last things which I wanted to show you my report. So if you see my report here, the intraday strategies, Nifty Bank Nifty strategies have failed like anything, but still with 28 lakhs of average capital, I could able to manage 67,000 money. And the majority of the contributor is crude hybrid and crude premium meter. Not majority, entire profit is coming from these two things. Rest all Nifty Bank Nifty strategies, some strategy took, some strategy gave. Okay, so that's what I meant to share. From here only I will take questions, but not in the session. For this session, it ends here. Within a minute it will end. Okay, so I have nothing much to say about diversification. I have covered different types of the strategy covered, and the current market structure. All these 3 points, whatever I have intended, I have covered. Question and answer, I know there are many users who are waiting for their questions. I will be sharing in Telegram group the meeting link shortly, and you can join back for question and answer. Okay, so thanks a lot guys for attending the session. I am closing the recording also, and this recording will be uploaded in YouTube, and followed by I'll be sharing the video link also in my in our Telegram group. Okay, so join me back if you have any questions further. Okay, thanks all for attending this.